Hello, and here we are again. Another video from Fire Emblem. Let's play. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'm a bit weird today. So, Chapter 8, Vortex of Strategy. This is the first chapter where you will see a ballista. So, there it is on the map there, just that little guy. The explanation will come momentarily. It really showcases how useful infantry archers can be. Okay, so, there we go. I haven't got any sound on for some reason. There we go. Nice little pep talk here. And this is what Ninny and Nils were getting at the end of the last chapter, about how their powers can sense the dangers coming. Poor Florina. And of course that's the you never do actually find out what Matthew was playing at, but he's got nothing. Actually, I think I'll have that armor slayer. So if I remember rightly, the boss of this map has an axe reaver. Yes, there we go. Which of course means he is completely and utterly vulnerable to swords. I think all. That's a sword reaver. That one is an iron axe. So that guy has a lance reaver, that guy has an axe reaver, and that guy has a sword reaver. It's quite pointless, really, to be honest. Okay. Units are fine. Insane, Kent, Farina, Will, Canal, Sarah, and Lucius. Let's get that hammer out of the way. The problem with this chapter is that, by this point Lucius's magic is a bit, well, it's flailing a little bit. Now then, the trick to this chapter is to get to him as quick as possible. Unfortunately, you can't just dive straight in with Florina, because there's another archer right there. So, it has to be done the long way around, I'm afraid. That being said, let's get to it. What it doesn't mention there is the reality of the ballista's range. We can... No, I'm being being stupid here. There we go. It doesn't actually show it here either. But a ballista's range is 3 to 10. So that's where it starts. And of course if the archer was to remove himself from the ballista, it would start there. So it does essentially start there since you can exit and attack on the same turn. So a ballista's range is basically 2 to 10. So I'm going to pop Lucius here, I think, if I remember right. Yeah. Pop Lucius here, he'll take care of those 2 mages over here, and then he can sneak into that village. Nils is going to be used and abused in this chapter. Guy's got an iron sword, lance. It's very lance heavy, and it just makes it unfortunate that Dorcas is such a bad unit. So realistically speaking, he should be wiping the floor with all of these guys. But I don't know, for whatever reason it just doesn't happen. Oh well. Get Kent down and around there. Lynn's set up and ready. Down and ready. Now this ballista guy is a bit unpredictable, but 9 times out of 10 he will go for Nils, which is why I've left Nils in that little bit of forest. I'm going to just check everyone's weaponry, which I should have done before the chapter started. But I'm generally a bit airheaded when it comes to that. Especially over the last couple of weeks I've been a bit of a space cadet. Okay, so that's just all basic stuff. And the idea is to keep Florina in the game, keep her as close as possible, and just basically wait for your opportunity to use her. Which will come. There he goes, attacking Nils. Those mages really don't stand a chance against Lucius. Bang. Okay. So now we need to focus on taking out the guys who just decided to roll into the party. I mean, again, it's not difficult. It's just a case of you set up a barricade. Okay, Satan shouldn't have missed that, but oh well. Keep Lynn there. I'm not actually going to attack with her, but keep her there. The reason I'm not going to attack yet is because obviously I don't want to give them any more of an advantage than I absolutely need to. I'm going to leave. I'm going to bring Lucius through, because the ballista guy will probably still not go for Nils. Which really is a waste of time, because Nils is so agile, it just doesn't make any difference. Oh well. Saves me hassle at the end of the day. That's an unusual move. That's very unusual. Right, now we have our opportunity. The window of opportunity to take out that archer and gain control of our ballista. It's very simple, just knock him on the head. The other archer's out of the way. In fact, he's more than out of the way, he's dead. And it's simple as the ballista's now. Well, we managed to get to the ballista before they used all the ammo in it, because it only has 5 shots. All ballistas only have 5 shots, which is why it's imperative to get there as fast as you can. And yeah, we can move Will there slowly but surely. It's useful to use him in that way. This is explaining what I was saying at the start of the chapter, that the boss had an axe reaver. It's basically explaining the principle but using the sword as an example. Now those two spawners are a little bit annoying, because they spawn on the turn that they attack on, which is more irritating than it is difficult. I don't know why I moved Will so low down, actually. That was a bit foolish of me, really. So was that as well. I should have used Nils' ability on Florina. Oh well. It doesn't make too much difference. Okay, so yeah, Florina goes down here and she sneaks in between these guys. It's necessary to put her there because, one, you're blocking this bridge so they can't get through, and two, she's not in the range of that guy who has a Lance Reaver, which would completely and utterly decimate Florina. So let's put Same there, but let's equip his sword. And let's get Will up into that ballista. The idea for Will in this chapter is to take out that axeman, if possible, or at least do enough damage to him to immobilise him. If not, he is a job for Florina, or a Lance user, really. He's got a Sword Reaver, so he's weak against lances. But ideally, we should be able to manage to do this with Will. Actually no, Florina's a better option. Either way, let's do as much damage as possible. Let's see who's levelled and who's not. Okay, Lynn and Urk are quite low level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them two take out the boss, which is going to be absolutely easy for them. Just giving Lynn that Armor Slayer. I don't like using the Manikati, to be honest. On my first playthrough I absolutely spammed it, and then of course I ended up at the end of the game with no really good sword, so ever since then I've made a very good point of not repeating that mistake. I basically use it when I'm absolutely desperate or in a really tight situation, which this isn't. So there we go, Chapter 8, Ballistas. They are very useful, but you're kind of trading off a long range for absolutely no defense. You get some magic spells that are quite similar as well later on, and you basically have the same problem. Here's an explanation about who the soldiers were. And Matthew's back. Which kind of gives you the information that Matthew is essentially, he's more of a spy than a thief, which is what he is. He's a very clever person, and he just uses that demeanour to hide it. That's a really stupid thing to say, really. Okay, that was chapter 8. I'm going to record chapter 9 now, actually. But I'm going to split the two videos up, so I'll record chapter 9 while I'm uploading chapter 8. so there should be a short gap between them this time. Okay, so that's chapter 8 done.